Hey, welcome to Integrative Preparedness. How are you all today? I have a question to ask you, and that is, are you preparing to live, or are you just waiting to die? And I'll tell you why, because I think a lot of people out there are just waiting to die. The reason that I ask that is because I happen to be watching, I flicked on a channel that I no longer really watch very much, to be honest, because it's just all about doom and gloom and how horrible things are and really no solutions, but and there's, that I'm not going to mention the channel. That's not the purpose here, and I'm not slamming the channel. That channel provides whatever it does, whether it's entertainment or information, to the people who like it. And it's a very successful channel, so, to each their own. But that's just why, I know what's going on. I know all the horrible things that are going on in the world, and so I don't have to watch it. But I clicked it on, I think I was doing something, I forget what. I clicked it on, and and then I started reading some of the comments. Now, I have to say that on this channel, we have a fairly positive group of people. And because I preach positivity, when my books, the Stone Mount series, one of the things that people like about it so much is like John Middleton said in the introduction to the first book, The Reversion. He said it's a story, it's an unbelievably positive story about an unbelievably negative situation. Well, you see, I don't, like everybody, I've had a lot of ups and downs in my life, but I don't see any reason to concentrate on the negative. When something negative happens, you get up off your butt and you work at it and you get out of it and you make more progress. And sitting around, on your hands and going through the whole, woe is me, isn't life horrible, I don't see what purpose that serves, although apparently it serves a purpose for a lot of people. But not here. And that's what my books were. I've always approached things with, here's the solution. Okay, here's the solution. Now, I don't do that as much on here. I kind of think about, I paint with a broad brush on here, but those who have read my books, you see they're crammed full of solutions, problems, solutions. Here's how we do it. Here's how we prepare to live well, okay, no matter what happens. But anyway, so that's why we don't have a lot of negative comments on this channel, although we do have some. We have the occasional, well, if that happens, I don't want to live through it. I'll get back to that point in a minute. And then I always say, well, why, okay. So anyway, I was reading the comments on this other channel. And man, it was just, all of it was like that. I'm old, I'm in my 60s, and I'm just waiting to die. I'm 70, I'm not waiting to die. I fully intend to keep going strong for as long as I can, and I hope it's another 50 years. And so I don't understand that attitude. The old saying that your altitude is determined by your attitude. Well, I want plenty of altitude, and so I'm going to keep plenty of attitude. Good attitude, not bad attitudes. But I kept reading these, and, oh, this is terrible. This is horrible. Our world can't last much longer. And then, of course, the obligatory Jesus comes soon, which is not. I'm not making fun of that. That is not what you are supposed to be wishing for. And if you think it is, read your Bible more. I won't make this a Bible lesson, but you are supposed to be doing your best while you're here for as long as the good Lord keeps you here. And if you're not, you're sinning. If you're just curling up in a little ball, that is not what Jesus called you to do. Okay? So, enough of the sermon. But I just read comment after comment after comment about this won't last long. It's all coming to an end. It's all coming. I don't want to live in the world that's coming. I don't think people. It just floored me after about And I kept skimming, saying, okay, there's got to be a positive message in there. Nope, no positive. I said, well, I can't take that. So what a horrible existence that must be. To just think so little of the life God has given you that you are just ready, that you won't even stand up, you won't even do the most you can. If you think you're not going to last much longer, why not go out and do something positive? Okay, like try to help people, try to encourage people. No, apparently that's not what this particular personality feels comfortable with. But my question is that you? And I hope that it's not. Because it all comes down to this. You either prepare to live or you're just waiting to die. And the tagline for every video that I make is we prepare well today in order to live well tomorrow. Well, what does that entail? What is living well? If you are preparing to live, that means that you have hope. And a hope, everybody has hope. I hear people say, there's some people that just, have no hope. Well, if they had no hope, they would just die right then or kill themselves. They have hope for the next moment, for the next breath they take. And, people who claim that they don't, they're done with it. It's amazing how hard they will fight if they think that the end is really coming, most of them. So, if you are preparing to live, that brings with it all sorts of, I won't call them responsibilities, I'll call them opportunities. They are responsibilities, but the opportunities to do better. And that means the opportunities to help others. Okay? To do better yourself increases your opportunities and responsibilities to help others. And this comes into those people that want to go off and just be by themselves. I don't like people, I don't trust people, okay. You think that's the way God meant you to live? Yeah, okay, I'm back on the pulpit. It's not. It's not the way God meant you to live. I'm going to make I'm going to make a video on what I consider to be the fallacy of separating yourself from the culture. That's also not what Jesus told you to do. You might think so because of a particular scripture that you've heard or read. No, it's not. I'll get into that another time. But now if we're preparing to live, that means that we have hope. Okay? We want our lives to continue as closely as they are to the way they are now, right? I mean, if you have a good life, you want to continue living a good life. If you don't have a good life, hopefully you want to improve that life and have a good life. And then you want to have a better life. Many people would argue, and I won't argue against this, that if everything collapsed, CME hit, the quality of life might improve. Well, not for the 90% that would die, but for those left alive, who had prepared, who were able to survive, the quality of life might be improved in that we would be going back to the basics of life, right? We wouldn't, I think that this is a great life, and everybody has their different opinion and definition of what a great life is, but we live a great life for the most part today. We're not walking 30 miles with a jar on our head, hoping that there's still some water left that the buffalo haven't pissed in to get something to drink. So for the most part, we live a good life, and that's what we prepare for. If you're not doing that, if you are not actively involved in preparing to continue to live a good life, if you are just consumed with all the bad in the world and just waiting to see what's going to happen, you're just waiting to die. And if you don't have anybody depending on you, well, okay, that's up to you, but still you're you're giving up on one of God's creatures. If you do have people who depend on you, if you have kids, grandkids, a spouse, whatever, and you're just waiting to die, I mean, you have given up on the greatest blessing and responsibility the good Lord has given you. Do you think that's right? Because it's not. I'll give you the answer, it's not. Okay? So, anyway, I don't have to go any farther than that. The question was really the thing for you to consider. And I look forward to seeing the comments, because I know that the comments from most of our subscribers here are going to be very positive, and it's going to be, yeah, that's right. Here's what you need to do. Get out there and do this. And they're going to have advice for any of you that are just waiting to die. Don't do that. And we've had a lot of, like I mentioned, I think a few days ago, we've had over 3,000 new subscribers join us in the last couple of weeks. And I know a lot of it had to do with Alaska Preppers video, and the one I did on Canadian Prepper. And I had a lot of hateful people, a lot of people. How dare you talk badly about Canadian Prepper? I'm never going to watch you again. And they didn't even watch it. They saw the title that I put up, The Truth About Canadian Prepper. And the truth that I put up was that I had never really watched him before, but I watched him because so many people were hating on him. And I watched him, I said, this is a good channel. This guy's smart. This guy's giving you and I still get those. He never does anything but fear porn. Well, that's not true, because I watched one this morning. Who was on it? I would suggest you go watch it. Who was it? Hollerman, Jonathan Hollerman. Good interview of Hollerman. Watch that. But anyway, that's just it's amazing to me, the people that just they jump to conclusions, right? They give up. It's probably the same kind of personality. I don't know. But anyway, all the new people too. I think a lot of you are positive-minded people, because Alaska Prepper, that a lot of you came from, and some others are also positive. So anyway, think about that. I'll be interested to read your comments, and you positive people realize your positive comment can help anybody who is listening to this who may just be waiting to die, but read your comment, okay? Especially, and I didn't even say this on the last one, if you're not with us on the Patreon channel, love to have you over there. I put more stuff over there than I do on the YouTube channel. The link's down below, as are the links to my books through Amazon or our website, stonemont.us. I don't have the books to show you today because I ran out, because we just shipped out a slew of orders yesterday. People who've been waiting on their deliveries, and I've run out. But we have another bunch coming. We have another delivery coming in the next week or two, as soon as the printer gets them to me. And so that's the way you can get them. Amazon gets them to you fast. I can't get them to you that fast, but I can get them to you. I sign them, and I put a little message in there for you, because I love my relationship with my readers. And if you've ordered in the last week or so and you haven't gotten, don't worry, you'll get them as soon as I get them in and sign them and get them out to you. But you all can keep on ordering. I'll just keep ordering more and signing more, and I'll get them to you, and I love to do that. You all have a good day. Remember that we prepare well today in order to live well tomorrow. You're either preparing to live or you're just waiting to die. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.